Welcome back. Gretchen Whitmer is term limited, and the race to be Michigan's next governor is already underway. A new poll shows among potential Republican candidates there is one clear favorite, and our Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic has more.
Republican Congressman John James has 46% of the vote in the first statewide Republican for Governor poll, and everybody else in single digits. Mr. James did get statewide exposure when he ran unsuccessfully 2 times for the Michigan U.S. Senate seat, but he recently was reelected to Congress for the second time in vote-rich Macomb County. The Senate Republican leader Eric Nesbitt, meanwhile, is the first announced Republican candidate. He, in the first week, raised $1 million. In the poll, he's at 6%. Former State Attorney General Mike Cox, who ran statewide and won, comes in at 4%, and he was expected to raise $1 million too. What does that mean, Bill Ballinger?
Those two figures are chopped liver compared to the huge amount of money that John James probably has in reserve right now, and that he can tap into millions in a national fundraising network.
Kevin Rinke ran in the last Republican primary for governor and lost. And in this Harvard Strategic Public Affairs poll, he clocks in at only 3%. And finishing dead last at 1%, former Republican House Speaker Tom Leonard, who is looking at running for governor in 2026. And 35% of the likely voters in this poll are undecided. But the polling data was collected before U.S. Senator Gary Peters shocked the political world in this town by deciding that he would not run in 2 years for his Senate seat, which means every one of these would-be candidates for governor could chuck that and maybe go for the Senate seat instead.
Yeah, these numbers really could be largely irrelevant, because I think there's a very good chance that if John James decides to give up his congressional seat, that he might run for the U.S. Senate, not governor.
Well, we have no idea who the candidates for governor will eventually be. We do know that this race is already in full bloom, as both parties have 2 major vacancies to fill, one in Lansing, the other in D.C. Here for you in Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.